Hi students, today I'm going to teach you something called op art, otherwise known as optical illusion art. It's a type of drawing style or art style that tricks your mind or tricks your eye when you look at it. So today we are going to make something that is 2D look 3D. The only thing you need for this lesson is a Sharpie and crayons. I start with Sharpie, but if you're worried about making a mistake, start with pencil. Your first step is to make a plus sign down the middle of your paper. Your lines do not have to be perfect, and it's actually okay if they're a little bit wavy. After this, I'm going to do a line a little bit wavy down a diagonal like this, and then another one on the other side. Don't make them too wavy, but you don't need them to be too straight. After you have this, you're going to make an X through the middle, and I'm just going to mark it. So I'm going to do one little dot right here, and then I'm going to connect the lines, making sure I pass through the middle. Once you are done with that, you're going to start by doing curved lines in each section. The curve should be around the shape of a rainbow or the letter N, and I'm going to start with one full one first. So start at the bottom and make sure your lines are curved. The more curved they are, the more three-dimensional your paper is going to look when we're finished. So if these lines aren't curved, it won't really stand out like we want it to. So after I have one full section done, I'm going to go around following each of these curves to make sure that they line up. So instead of doing this entire section, I'm going to curve each layer first. Now, when you start to get towards your first curve again, you want to make sure it connects to that, so it's kind of like a circle. Then I'm going to keep on going around in every section. Make sure I line it back up to the one I started with. And if it comes off the paper like this, you can just start it and pretend that there's more paper here and then finish it on the other side. Making sure I line up to the one I started with. Once you have your paper drawn, you're going to choose two different color crayons to start. You're going to use one section at a time and follow along. So in the corners of each line, you are going to really darken the sides in that shape. So you're pressing extra hard on the corners of your shape, and then as you get towards the center, you're going to lighten up your crayon by pressing more lightly. And I want to keep the middle really, really light, so once I get towards the middle, I might just leave a little sliver of light purple. Then I'm going to skip one, and every other one is going to be my purple. So I'm going to skip one. I'm going to do really, really dark by pushing hard on my corners. And then as I get towards the center, I'm going to press more lightly until I get to the middle. I'm going to be almost invisible. So I'm fading from dark to light by shading, and that's gonna make the illusion that it is 3D and more round instead of 2D and flat. So I'm getting lighter, lighter, lighter as I get towards the center on both sides, making sure I fade it from dark to light. And then when I get towards the center, I'm gonna fade it as light as I can until it's just white. Now, in the empty spaces, I'm gonna do the same thing with my red. So I'm going to go much darker by pressing, pressing, pressing. And then I'm gonna fade it to light. Now when I fade it to light in the middle, I want the light source to kind of line up all the way through. So once I get lighter, I want to try to make sure my light is in a straight line. And that light source is really going to make the illusion that these curves are actually round, because as things are far away, they are darker, and when things are closer to you, right here, they seem lighter. Now I'm finished with one section. I'm just gonna go back in and make sure my light source is lined up. So I'm just gonna fix any little parts that could line up a little better. I'm gonna fill in any blank spots that I missed. All right, so now I have one section done. I'm gonna do different colors all around, but I'm gonna make sure every single section only has 2 colors. So I don't want a bunch of colors for each one. Now as you start to finish sections, they already start to show the illusion that they're round. Make sure when you add different colors that none of the colors are the same right next to each other. So you can repeat colors, but if I wanted to use blue and yellow again, for example, I need to make sure that I don't use yellow right here and I don't use blue right here. Make sure the colors are different next to each other. Now that I am finished, I have a three-dimensional optical illusion paper. Because I did curved lines and shading from dark to light, it gives the effect that my paper is popping out rather than just being flat, and that is what makes it an optical illusion.